Most people are slowly poisoning their brain because they think 8 hours of sleep is a luxury. But what if I told you that waking up exhausted has nothing to do with how long you were in bed? Society has sold us a lie that you either sleep a third of your life away or you operate in a caffeinated fog. But there is a hidden biological backdoor used by elite performers and neuroscientists to condense sleep without losing an ounce of cognitive edge. Today, we are breaking down the exact protocol to compress your sleep cycles, eliminate sleep inertia, and trigger a level of morning alertness you didn't think was possible without a double espresso. If you think you've tried everything, wait until we reach the thermal dump strategy. It's the one thing 90% of people get wrong that keeps them tired regardless of how many hours they get.
To understand how to sleep less, we first have to stop looking at sleep as a single solid block of time. Imagine your sleep is like a laundry machine. You can't just stop it halfway through and expect clean clothes. You have to finish the cycle. Sleep occurs in 90-minute waves.
In a standard night, you transition through light sleep, the restorative deep sleep, and finally REM, where your brain processes emotions and memory. The secret to waking up fresh isn't the total hours, it's where you wake up in the cycle. If you wake up during deep sleep, you suffer from sleep inertia. Your brain is literally stuck in a thick chemical sludge that can take hours to clear. By aiming for 6 hours, exactly 4 cycles, or 7.5 hours, 5 cycles, you wake up at the end of a REM cycle when your brain is already near a state of wakefulness. This is how you cheat the system to feel more alert on 6 hours than someone who got 8 but was yanked out of a deep dream by their alarm.
But here is the massive challenge. Simply cutting your sleep hours will destroy you if your sleep efficiency is low. Most people spend 8 hours in bed but only get 6 hours of actual sleep because of tossing, turning, and micro-awakenings. If you try to sleep less while your sleep quality is leaky, you aren't just tired, you are biologically deteriorating. Your cortisol spikes, your testosterone plummets, and your reaction time becomes equivalent to being legally drunk. You can't just sleep less, you have to sleep deeper. To fix this, we need to master the two forces that govern your energy: adenosine and your circadian rhythm. Think of adenosine as sleep pressure that builds up every minute you are awake. By the time 16 hours have passed, the pressure is high and you crash. However, your circadian rhythm, your internal clock, is what determines when you feel fresh. To sleep less and wake up like a rocket, you must anchor this clock. First, you need sunlight reset. The moment you wake up, photons must hit your retinas. This triggers a cortisol spike that wakes you up and sets a 14-hour biological timer for melatonin production. Without this, your body doesn't know when to start the deep repair process later that night. Second, you must respect the caffeine deadline. Caffeine doesn't give you energy, it just blocks the tired signal. If you have coffee after 2 p.m., it stays in your system, blocking your ability to enter deep sleep. You might be unconscious, but your brain isn't recovering.
Now for the most critical discovery in sleep science: the thermal dump. Your body cannot enter deep restorative sleep unless your core temperature drops by about 2 degrees Fahrenheit. This is why you can't sleep in a hot room. The pro tip used by high performers: take a hot shower 60 minutes before bed. It sounds counterintuitive, but the heat brings blood to the surface of your skin. When you step out, that heat escapes rapidly, causing your internal temperature to plummet. This thermal dump sends a hardwired signal to the brain to dive straight into stage 3 deep sleep immediately. You skip the hour of light tossing and turning and get straight to the power recovery phase.
To wrap this up, sleeping less isn't about willpower. It's about biological engineering. First, calculate your sleep in 90-minute cycles to avoid sleep inertia. Second, anchor your clock with morning sunlight and a strict caffeine cutoff. Finally, use the thermal dump with a hot shower to force your body into deep recovery faster. By maximizing the intensity of your sleep, you can reclaim hours of your day without the brain fog. Subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this performance series.